Greetings, beloved, and welcome to our Wholesome Wednesday. Thank you so much for your continued support. Let's continue to subscribe. Let's continue to share. Let's continue to like. Today, we are looking at the book of Exodus, and we are on chapter 23, Exodus chapter 23. And this chapter is talking about how people can live together in peace, loving one another, and showing or reflecting the God whom they serve, basically, right? So God starts by teaching the children of Israel that you should not be one that walks with the crowd, that follows what the crowd does. You should isolate yourself, not isolate, but you should separate yourself from the things that are wrong, even if it means that you separating yourself and you're the only one that is doing what is right. God doesn't want us to move, to just follow what the crowd is doing. He wants us to follow principle, right? We have not to worry about how many other people are doing what we are doing. We just have to worry about, are we being obedient to the one who created us? Right now, it continues, the verse continues and starts talking about the children of Israel having to celebrate the feast of the ingathering, the feast of harvest, and the feast of first fruits, and the feast of unleavened bread. So they are given these to celebrate as a celebration, right, that they bring or that they partake in. Now, it continues, this verse continues and then starts telling us about how the children of Israel must take care of the environment that they live in. So they are told that on the seventh year they must leave the fields and make sure they lie idly and nothing happens for the rest of the year. And so that also those that are poor, they have something to pick, right, in the fields that are lying idle, so that also the soil might rest. So God had a provision for those that are poor, that at least if they didn't get anything, their provision is going to be there on the fields on the seventh year when people are not tilling the land. So the soil is given enough space to rest and rejuvenate, right? And so God then speaks about the Sabbath, that 6 days thou shalt rest, thou shalt work, and then on the seventh day you shall rest. Now, God then goes on to talk about the justice system, that you should be just, you should be fair. This is now coming in to correct what has been there, an eye for an eye. If someone does something wrong to me, I should also do something wrong. And God is coming in to correct, to say, no, you should be fair. You should be fair on your judgment. You should not return evil with evil, right? You should be fair in your judgment. And God speaks about you should treat the foreigners well. This one. We find ourselves, uh, this world has become a global village. Uh, we we are travelers, all of us. At some point, you find yourself that you are in a foreign land, you are a foreigner. And whilst it looked like God is actually giving this to the children of Israel, then it's still applicable even to us today, that we should treat foreigners well. We struggle with this even up to now, right? We are not good at treating other people who are not of the same origin as you in your native land. We are not able to treat them well. In the Bible here, God is saying you must remember that you were once foreigners as well. So you treat foreigners well. And this is coming to us even today. Wherever you are, if you are someone who is in a foreign land, this is also here to protect you, that you should be treated well. If you are someone who's got foreigners in your space, remember to treat them well. And then God says, I'm going to send my angel, right? I'm going to send my angel that is going to take care of you, that is going to lead you, that is going to help you, right? If you are obedient enough, we have a covenant. If you are obedient enough, right, this angel is going to lead you, is going to always guide you. Your enemies are going to be my enemies, and I'm going to make sure that you're safe. But only if you obey. So they have this guardian angel that they've been given, and it's got conditions. Now, as long as they obey, they are safe. But if they disobey, they are no longer safe. Now, the children of Israel, I like what God says. He says, so where you are going right now, the land where I promised you that you're going to get, right? The land flowing with milk and honey, Canaan, where you're going right now, it's got lots of people. Right? It's got lots of people. Yes, you're going to fight them. Yes, you're going to have to occupy the land. But right now, I cannot allow those people to go. Right? I have to wait for you to get there, because if I let these people go, that will mean by the time you get there, you have a hard time. That will mean that land is now being occupied by wild animals. You're struggling, you have a problem, because there will be wild animals all over, because the land would have been lying desolate for a long time. So that these people are keeping your land for you, I'll leave them there. So that as we are drawing closer, I'll be removing them one by one, slowly, so that by the time you get there, the land hasn't been lying desolate for a long time to actually be inhabited by animals. Now, I want you to learn something from this. Sometimes we find ourselves trying to micromanage the destination from a distance. What am I saying to you? I'm saying sometimes we are so worried about what is happening with the destination before we even reach there, and we are discouraged because before we leave, we want to make sure that the enemy is already left, so that when we leave, we have this assurance that the land is empty. And God is saying, no, leave whilst the enemy is there, because I know that when I let the enemy go that side, when you get there, you'll be devoured by animals. Let the enemy keep the seat hot for you, so that when you come, you find the seat warmed up. It will be warmed up by your enemies. Let them continue fooling themselves. Let them continue thinking that that chair is theirs. Let them continue thinking that they occupy that space. Just continue moving in. As you move, I'm going to open the path. As you move, as you advance, I will open the path. You advance, I'll open the path. I will advance until you occupy your seat. So whilst you are advancing, I will make sure your enemies will continue to occupy. Don't worry about what is in front of you. No. We don't walk by sight. We walk by faith. Because if we use sight, we will not reach our destination. We will see our enemies. We will see how big they are. We will see how strong their armies are, and think that how will we ever get there? How will we ever win those people? Yet God is keeping them there, so that they can warm the seat for you, so that they can make the environment habitable for you, so that they can make it easy for you to just come and occupy. So let the enemies continue fooling themselves there. Do not walk by sight, walk by faith. Even if when you are looking, it looks impossible, God is preparing you for you. Where you are going to occupy. All things will fall in place to support the purpose that God has for you. So I'm calling you to a God that knows the end from the beginning. I'm calling you to a God that prepares a path for you. That sometimes it might look like you're crazy and you're busy advancing. Where you're going is occupied, and they're wondering. So you're just one person advancing, walking towards a city, a whole city full of people, and you think you're going to disperse this. How? You just walk in faith. You follow his instructions. You just obey. The angel will do the work for you. Just obey. The angel will open the doors for you. The angel will open the doors. Continue advancing. The enemy on the other side might look like they are having everything under control. Might look like you will never possess. But what is meant for you will always wait for you. What is meant for you will bow for you at the right time. When it is time, what is meant for you will bow for you, and you will occupy.